Hey Eric, it's been a while, but we're here at 1603 Derby Street in Berkeley. This is two bedroom, one bath, a little under 1,100 square feet, listed at 699,000. So you will notice we're right next to this school, which isn't a huge issue, and then also this church. So as you probably know, it's still pretty competitive, but these are two things that may make it still within reach. I'll send you some information about the comps in an email, but this one does look like it was priced pretty aggressively versus other bungalows in the area. So let's go ahead and go in. What's interesting is that as you go in here in the front door, you essentially have a mudroom. They call them mudrooms, which is basically an area to take off your shoes so you don't get everything dirty going into the main house. So there's a good amount of space in this. I don't want to call it dead space, but they've staged it here so you can have like a couch. So this could be like a lounge area, reading area. But it's good to have these big windows to get light in here. And then you go through the secondary front door and right here into the living area. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of built-in cabinets. So here we have a desk and some drawers and cabinets up on top. So that's nice. Very efficient use of the square footage here. This is the living slash family room. And you've got the old school fireplace, a lot of detail, so it's kind of feels like a craftsman with, again, a lot of the custom cabinets under it, but it's actually defined as a bungalow. So again, more built-ins, well maintained for the age, built in 1921. A lot of these will highlight the original hardwood. You can kind of see there's some weathering. Anytime you see, it's tough because it's so old, but at one point, I don't know if we've ever discussed this, but if you see this dark staining, that just means at one point there was probably a leak. And that's the reason for the darkness. And a good sign of that also is the nails. So if you see the nails, it's the moisture that causes that somewhat of a rust rubbing into the wood. Not a huge deal, but I'm just pointing it out. But again, built in 1920s, not surprised. There is a little bit of sloping in the floors, I'm noticing. So the transition here from the living area to the dining, you can kind of feel it. Again, not going to be terribly uncommon for something this age. So as long as kind of things check out in the reports, inspections, again, not a huge deal. So this is another place where you can kind of see, there's some separation in that lower corners of the walls here. So that's a sign of some movement. Okay, so back to the home itself. Here we are in the dining room. Again, just a lot of custom cabinetry, which is nice, and good details in the trim, etc. So feels open for it being 1,100 square feet, especially right here where it flows from the dining to the living, and then you got your little office area here at the front. The one thing I would say is, it's kind of separated. It's good to have separation from the living areas to the rooms, which it has, but the kitchen is all the way back here. So, not a big deal, but again, it's like you're cooking and then you're coming kind of through the bedrooms back here to the dining. Now, you could look into taking this wall down to make it feel way more open. And that's a mirror right there. So it makes it feel a little bit larger, like there's something on the other side, but it's just a kitchen. You could take down this wall. You would lose, obviously, this storage space here from the cabinets, and then you'd have to kind of rearrange where the oven is. But there's enough space here where you could basically move it to here, but you wouldn't have that much counter space. But there's certainly enough room here to put an island, probably a skinny one, right here in the middle, so you'll get that cabinet space back. But anyways, the kitchen has been looks like updated. So these tops are new. The cabinets are definitely newer than when it was built in the 20s. So it has a good kind of combination of modern and then the classic feel, especially with this oven, which you know, looks to be one of those antique classic ones, but it's in good shape. So good sized kitchen, and I know we've talked about this before, but sometimes a little awkward to have the washer and dryer in the kitchen. But again, the place this size, a bungalow, you got to be very efficient with your space, and you know, that's why it's here in the kitchen. Okay, so we'll go into the bedroom. So we'll start on, I guess, on the far end. So bedroom number one, and again, you're not going to have a classic master with a bathroom built in because of the size, but this is, I think, the biggest room, which also looks out into the yard and probably gets the most light. So I think this could be considered the master bedroom. Again, the rooms aren't going to be terribly large based on the total square footage. So good sized closet. I think that's more of an oil stain than water. Hopefully, yeah, I don't see any other signs of a leak. All right, so that's bedroom number one, and then we have the full bathroom, so good condition, recently tiled. The trim is in really good shape, as you can see. New faucet hardware, and then a new shower stall. So again, a good combination in the style between old and new. We passed by this, but this is a closet. And then here's the second bedroom. Yeah, so this definitely would be not considered the master. There's not going to be a lot of light coming in this one. Okay, and then another closet. Whoa. So this closet might be a little bit bigger than the other one. Yeah, it's actually definitely bigger. So you'll have more closet space in this second room, but then the master here, I'm gonna go double check. Definitely more light. Yeah, it's totally, the other closet was bigger. All right, so again, overall, I think the only thing with this is just the layout. It's minor, but the kitchen being far away from the living areas. All right, and then the yard. So let's see, the lot is 3,360 square feet. So, you know, what's funny is this is a bungalow, but a lot of people that are drawn to some of the newer developments out in the suburbs, they're looking at brand new construction, big homes, 2,000 square feet, and their yard will be the same size as this. Because the investors are basically building as many properties as they can in a small space, and then they basically sacrifice a yard. So this yard is actually as big as what you'll find in new construction homes. All right, so this deck seems to be in pretty good condition, recently treated. So yeah, the deck doesn't feel weathered, so looks to be fairly new. Yep. And then you got a little shed here for more storage. Inside the house, there's not much storage space, but you have this here for storage. Goes back pretty far. Let me turn on the light. So at least you have this structure for storing all your things. Good that there's a gate to keep out people from going into the backyard. And then we just have low maintenance yards, bark, and some small plants. So not too much maintenance outside of probably, you know, these are gonna shed in the trees and the leaves and so forth. But again, the bark and this concrete and are gonna, you know, make this not much maintenance needed. So nice outdoor area. Okay, and I think that's it. Like I said, I will send you a separate email going over the comparable sales. I know we haven't talked in a while, but I know with your conversations with Eric and your target for a monthly amount, I see your budget, so we can talk more about the implications and trying to go for this. So offers are due on this Tuesday, so we have a little bit of time. Okay, thanks, Eric. Talk to you soon. Bye.